विष्णु तू राम कृष्ण तू रहीमताओ तू रहीमताओ तू वासुदेव गव विश्वरूप तू चिदानंद हरि तू अद्वितीय तू अकाल निर्भय आत्मलिंग शिव तू साई आत्मलिंग शिव तू बाबा आत्मलिंग शिव तू श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय साई राम श्री राम जय साई राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय साई राम श्री राम जय साई राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय साई राम श्री राम जय साई राम।
ओम श्री राम 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 रमेति रमे रमे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं श्रीराम नाम वरानने। ओम श्री राम 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 रमेति रमे रमे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं श्रीराम नाम वरानने। ओम श्री राम 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 रमेति रमे रमे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं श्रीराम नाम वरानने। ओम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। ओम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। ओम साई राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम साई कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। ओम हरे साई 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 हरे हरे। ओम हरे बाबा 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 हरे हरे। ओम हरे दत्ता दत्ता हरे हरे। ओम साई दत्ता दत्ता हरे हरे। ओम अतुलित बलधामन हेम शैलाबदेहन धनुजवान कृष्णो ज्ञानीनां ग्रज्ञानियं सकल गुणानी नादानन वानर नाम दिशन रघुपति प्रिया भक्तन भजतन नमामि। ओम अंजनी सुतायाः विद्महे वायुपुत्रायाः धीमहि तन्नो हनुमन्ताया प्रचोदयात्। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार। बरनौ रघुबर बिमल यशो जोदायकु फल चार। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहे हरहु कलेश विकार। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। राधे वर कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। उमापते महादेव की जय। सतगुरु साईनाथ की जय। प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु राम भक्षी अवतार पवन पुत्र महावीर बजरंग बली की जय।
जय।
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
जय।
शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि हृदं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
जय हो सुमिरन सिद्धि हो वे गणनायक करिवर वदन करु अनुग्रह सो वे बुद्धि रसी शुभ गुण सधन मूक हो वे वाचाल पम गरु गरी गरीवर गहन जसो कृपा सुदयाल ध्रुव सकल कलिमल दाना नील सरोव सयाम तरुण अरुण वर जय नयन करु सो मम उर्धाम सदसीर सागर शयन कुंद इनु समदेन उमा रामायण करुणयन जही दिन पार नया करो कृपा मर्दन मयना बंद हो गुरु पद कांज कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि महामोह तम पूज जसो बचन रवि कर निकर बंद हो मुनि पद काज रामायण जिन निरमायो सकर सुकोमल मांजु दोष रहित दुष्शन सहित बंद हो चारो वेद भवरित बोहित सरिस जिनहि न सप कहे वर्णत रघुबर विसदयस बंद हो विधि पद रेणु भव सागर जिनकी न यहाँ संत सुदा ससिदेनु प्रगट खाल विश्वहारुणी वरचित दीन दयाल प्रिय तन तर्ण इव परेरु बंद हो पवन कुमार खलवन पवगन गना जसो हृदय आगर बसे ही राम सर चपधर बुद्धि विवर धर बुरु चरना बांधी कहो कर जोर
रामा
बांधी कहो कर जोर हो परसन प्रभु सकल मंजु मनोरथ मोर रामा मंजु मनोरथ मोर गिरा अर्थ जल बीच समा कहियत भीन न भीन
रामा
कहियत भीन न भीन बंद हो सीता राम पदा जिन्हि परम प्रिय कीन रामा जिन्हि
परम प्रिय की
यही समय सुमिरन करो सुनो हो वीर हनुमान रामा सुनो हो वीर हनुमान आय के आसन लीजिए सिया सहित भगवान
रामा
सिया सहित भगवान सुमंद्र सुमंदित सुमन ले सुमन सुभक्ति सुधार रामा
सुमन सुभक्ति सुधार
पुष्पांजलि अर्पण करो, देव करो स्वीकार, सियावर
रामचंद्र की जय।
हनुमान के ऊपर चढ़ाना, पुष्प हनुमान के ऊपर। बंद हो चरण कमल रघुनंदन,
बंद हो चरण कमल रघुनंदन,
बंद हो चरण कमल रघुनंदन,
बंद हो चरण कमल रघुनंदन।
जिनकी कृपा सुकल सुख संपत्ति,
जिनकी कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति,
जिनकी कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति,
जिनकी कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति।
पावत जन भगतन उर चंदन,
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन,
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन। अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत,
अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत,
अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत।
अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत।
जनक सुतायुत दुष्ट निखंडन,
बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन, बंधो
चरण कमल रघुनंदन। त्रिवत ताप अरु जन्म मरण भया,
त्रिवत
ताप अरु जन्म मरण भय, त्रिवत ताप अरु जन्म मरण भया,
त्रिवत
ताप अरु जन्म मरण भय। दूर करत क्षण में रंजन,
बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन, बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन।
मिश्रान मत चरणन में भगवन,
मिश्रान मत चरणन में भगवन,
मिश्रान मत चरणन में भगवन।
मिश्रान मत चरणन में भगवन।
कृपा करो सेवक भव भंजन,
बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन, बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन।
कृपा करो सेवक भव भंजन,
कृपा करो सेवक भव भंजन,
कृपा करो सेवक भव भंजन।
कृपा करो सेवक भव भंजन।
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन,
बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन, बंधो चरण कमल रघुनंदन।
प्रेम से बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। रामायण महारानी की जय। दुख हरता सुख करता विघ्न विनाशन मंगलकारी अमंगलहारी देवाया जी की जय। आचमन कर दो प्लीज।
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्माहविर् ब्रह्माग्नो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मा समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनं देहमश्रितः प्राणापानासमयुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं समर्पयामि पवित्रं भोजन अर्पणमस्तु पवित्रं भोजन अर्पणमस्तु पवित्रं भोजन अर्पणमस्तु
एक भजन गा दो प्रभु गणेश जी के.
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
महागणपते
नमोस्तुते
मातङ्गमुगा नमोस्तुते
मातङ्गमुगा नमोस्तुते
मातङ्गमुगा नमोस्तुते
मातङ्गमुगा नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
साई ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
साई ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
साई ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
मातङ्गमुगा नमोस्तुते
मातङ्गमुगा नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
महागणपते नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
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 हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हिमाद्रिजासुत नमोस्तुते
ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
साई ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
साई ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
साई ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
गणपते नमोस्तुते
As we have reached that the brothers were going to the into the forest for they were exiled. I mean to say Sita and Lord Rama. So we had left it there. Now we are continuing from there, but I have missed some of the chapters. I don't know exactly where we ended, but let us carry on because we all know that they are proceeding to the forest now, right? So I think you will all catch up with that, right? करताल बान धनुष अति सोहे देखत चराचर मोहित मोहे राम नाम एक शाखा बीच है श्रद्धा अपरम पार हमारे जो पकड़े इस डार को उतरे भव सागर के पारे सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सनुज पातला मोहि बन की जा सब ही सनत राम सियावर सब ही सानत राम मातरु पर हे बंधु दो नात चलाऊ ममाहि सता सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. Now, as they have been told that they are going into the forest, all the brothers. It was only looking like, please, it will take a little bit long. If I don't explain, you will not understand, right? So these four brothers, there was a saying that after doing a great tap penance, then the Raghuvansh, the brothers were born. Dasarath did a very, very deep tapasya, right? That's why it is said, अवधपुरी में सुमिरन बरसे दशरथ ने की ऐसा तप राम लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न ताके तब लिया जन्म, right? Then the four brothers were born after doing this great tap, right? So they are, it was just like they had four bodies, Bharat, Lakshman, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, but their soul was just like one. They had very deep feeling for each and every of the brothers. If you touch one brother, the other brother felt it, right? So this was the condition of the brothers. Now, as we all know, that, excuse me, that Dasarath is in a very critical condition, and Mata Kekei is not giving in. She is not responding to nothing. She has only one fixed mind. They have to go, and my son Bharat will be the king of Ayodhya, right? Send me and my younger brother Shatrughan into the forest, and let all your people feel secure again under your protection, or else send back our two brothers, Lakshman and Shatrughan, Lord, and let me accompany you, because they all brothers are willing to go with the Lord into the exile, right? But now uh, Bharat is saying, now the Shatrughan is saying, send me and my younger brother, Shatrughan. Bharat is saying that into the forest and let all your people feel secure again under your protection, because all the people, they had full confidence in Lord Rama, right? So, or else send back our two brothers, send back my two brothers, Lakshman and Shatrughan, Lord, and let me accompany you. Do you understand? Bharat is saying, let me accompany you, but send my two brothers back, right? नतरु जहिम बन्नति बुबाई बहुरिया सिया सहित रघुराई जेहि विधि प्रभु प्रसन्न मन होई करुण सागर कीजिए सोही देव मदीन सबू मोहिया बासु मोरे नित ना धर्म विचारू काहुम बचन सब सवत हेतु रहत न आरत के मचित सेतु उतारू दही सुनिब मीरा जाई सो से वकल की लजल लजाई आस महिमा अब गुण उदती अगाधु शिवम से नेह सरत साधु आप कृपल मोहि सो मात भाव सकुच सब मन न पावा प्रभु पद सपत कहा उन सती बाहु जग मम गल ही ते कपो प्रभु पर सन मन सुख चत जी जो ही यसी देव हो रामा जे ही यस हो देव हो सो सिर धरि धर करी सबू नित ही अनत सब हो
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
पुष्प चला दो। Let me accompany you, or else, as a third alternative, right? The Bharat is saying, or else, as a third alternative, let us, your three brothers, remain in the forest, and you yourself, Raghunath, return with Sita, right? See how close they are, right? Right? Who else? Excuse me. This is yesterday's effect, side effect, anyway. But so nowadays, if one brother goes to exile or prison, Will the other brother say, "No, you stay home, let me go in your place"? No? Because this is. Right, okay. Else, and you yourself, Raghunath, written with see the ocean of compassion. Do whatever is most pleasing to yourself. They only are putting suggestion, but they will never overrule Lord Ram. Right? So that's what they are doing. You have my divine master. Lay the whole burden of decision on me. Right? But I am unversed both in politics and in theology. Today's politics is very dirty. In politics and in theology. For I am actuated by self interest in whatever I say. A man in distress loses his senses. That's very true. A man in distress, a man in anger loses, right? But he never says that I am anger, but I'm in distress, right? Shame herself, Shame herself would be ashamed to look at a servant who awaits compliance with his master's will. Shame herself. Herself is shame is put into a female base here. Right? Right? Shame herself would be ashamed to look at a servant who awaits compliance with his master's will. Even shame herself would be ashamed if a servant who awaits doesn't follow the master's orders, right? Yet though I do this and am fathomless ocean of iniquity, still my master in this affection extols me as good. Now, O merciful one, that plan be set. O merciful one, that plan best pleases me, which will cause my master's soul the least embarrassment. But my Lord's feet I swear and affirm in good faith that this is the only way to ensure the happiness of the world. Right? No, now, O merciful one, that plan best pleases me, which will cause my master's soul the least embarrassment. This is my plan, which I'm putting at my master's lotus feet, which is the best I have in my mind. And I hope this plan of mine will not embarrass my master. Right? So, but the way it's written here, it's very hard to understand. It's in a very, I mean to say, what we can, it's a crossword puzzle, right? It's written in that way, right? I swear. By my Lord's feet, I swear and affirm in good faith that this is the only way to ensure the happiness of the world. That's the plan which he has that will ensure the happiness of the whole world. Because at that time, when Lord Rama took the form, when Lord Vishnu took the form of a human in the form of Lord Rama, all the three dimensions they were praying to him. For they knew that he is Lord Vishnu, right? He is Lord Vishnu. And that way, he is saying that, Lord, because of you, then if you will be here instead of going to the forest, the whole world will be in happiness. Each one of us will doubtfully obey the commands that the Lord may be pleased to give with a cheerful heart and without reserve. And all this trouble and perplexity will be at an end. When we brothers go in your place, and then this place will be very happy. And we brothers will be in the forest and you will rule this Ayodhya, right? भरत बचन सुनि सुनि सुर हर से साधु सरहि सुमन सुर बर से आसमान जस बस अवध निवासी पर मुदिता मन तपस बनवासी चुप हिम रहे रघुनाथ समकोची प्रभु गति देखी सब सोची जनक दूत तही अवसर आए मुनि बसस्त सुनि बेगी बुलाए करी प्रणामूति नरा मुनियारे बसु देखी बहे निपट दुखारे दूत न मुनि बरम बूझी बात कहु विदे भूप कुशलात सुनी सकुचाई नहीं माई माता, बोले बचर जोरम हाता। बजू बहुर सदर समाई, कुशल हे तू सो बेही गोसामे। नहीं त कौशल नाथ के मसत, कुशल गई निहनाथ रामा, कुशल गए नाथ। मिथिला अवध विशेष तम जागु, सब भयो अनत अनाथ।
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
The gods rejoiced when they heard Bharat's guerrilla speech, and with repeated accumulations commanded him and showered down flowers. Even the gods from heaven, they are happy, whatever Bharat has said, right? And that they knew that Lord Rama might take into consideration that some of my brothers are going into the forest and I will stay here and look after the kingdom, right? Even the gods are happy and they are showering flowers. They cannot put flowers, they're showering. Yeah, they are showering flowers and they are so happy. But the people of Ayodhya were overwhelmed with uncertainty. Because why the people of Ayodhya are in an uncertainty? Because they know the gods up there, they are rejoicing that Lord Rama will take into consideration what Bharat is saying and he might look into it and say, okay, the decision has been changed. The God is thinking. But the citizens of Ayodhya, they are uncertain because you know why? They are uncertain because रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर बचन न जाई. They know very well that whatever Lord Rama has spoken, he will never turn around. That's why pran jai par vachan na jai. I can give my life, but I won't let go the truth. I will stick to that. See? So that's what the ascetics and dwellers in the forest were overjoyed that Bharat, whatever he said, will be taken into consideration, right? Because even those people who were in the forest, they knew very well, these hermits, sages, if Lord Rama is in the city, everybody will be protected, right? Even when the brothers are in the forest, they also will be protected, right? So they are thinking about that. Embarrassed, Raghunath maintained silence. You know, Lord Rama never, if somebody says, "Hey man, how are you?" He will never say, "Oh, I'm fine." He will wait for a while and think, and then he will answer, right? So he's that kind of person, right? Embarrassed, Raghunath maintained silence, and when they saw the Lord's condition, the whole assembly felt disquieted. At that very moment, there arrived messengers from King Janak. Who is King Janak? Sita's father and Rama's? Oh, very good. So while the whole while silence, and when they saw Lord's condition, the whole assembly felt disquieted. They were all quiet because Lord Rama is not answering nothing, he's not saying anything, right? Because why? He's Lord Vishnu, right? But he has known to see the future. He can read what's going to happen, right? At that very moment, there arrived messengers from King Janak. When the sage Vasist heard of it, he sent for them at once. Now, when this is being prepared for them to go, at that same time, his father-in-law, mother-in-law, and the ministers are entering Ayodhya now, right? They made obeisance and looked at Ram and were sorely grieved to behold his dress, which resembled that of a hermit. What it means here? Yeah, he has changed his clothes now. He is not in a king's robe, right? He is sannyasi clothes, a hermit's clothes. Yeah, sadhu, right? Sadhu Bes, yeah. The great sage Vasistha asked the messengers if all was well with King Janak. Well, how can all be well if you know if the daughter is going, mostly the daughter, right? Son in law is on the side. My daughter is going into the forest, right? So, how would he feel, right? At this question, the normal messengers felt abashed and bowed their heads to the ground and with folded hands replied, your courteous inquiry itself, O Lord, has proved conducive to our good Holy Father. That means sadness has taken over, right? What can we say? We cannot express in the words. When he comes in, you can talk to him personally, right? It's like that, right? Otherwise, O Lord, well-being died with the king of Kosal, whose death has left the whole world, especially Mithila, Janak's capital, and Ayodhya orphaned. It's just like the whole kingdom of Mithila, right? Mithila, right? Mithila is Janak's kingdom, right? Janak's kingdom is no longer Sita's kingdom now because Sita is gone, right? A birthplace, yeah. So death has left the whole world, especially Mithila, Janak's capital, and Ayodhya. When he heard Ayodhya about this story, that means Janak's capital, he said, is been specially done and it's out of the world, and Ayodhya is just like orphaned when our parent lose their, well, son lose their parent or parent lose, right? So it's like that, right? कौशलपति गति सुन जन कौरा बेह सब लोक शोक बस बहुरा जे हिम देखी तही समाए विदेहु नमु सत्य अस लग न केहू रानी कुचली सुनत नर पलाही सुजन काछू जस मनि बिनऊ भलाई भरत राजु रघुबर बन बासु बहमितल साही धर्म हमरासु निरपबुझे बुध सचिव समझाऊ कहू बिचारी उचित कहाँ जाऊ समुझी अवध असम अज जाहू दाहू सिलकीरा रिहना काहू कछु काहू रर परिंदीरा धरी हृदय बिचारी पते अवध चतुर चर चराई बुझे ही भरत सती बाहु कुभाऊ आयो बेगी ना हो विलखाऊ गए अवध चर भरत गति बुझी देखी कर तूती रामा बुझी देखी कर तूती चले चित्रकूटी भरत चरा चले तरातर होती
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
On hearing the death of Kosal, on hearing the death of Kosal's lord, the people of Janakpur were all demented with grief. No one who saw Videhe at that time thought his name, Vidhe, or bodiless, truly appropriate. For how could one who has bodiless be out of his mind beside himself for grief? Videhi, Videhe, Videhe, right? On hearing the death of Kosal's lord, the people of Janakpur were all demented with grief. Janakpur, no one saw Videhe at that time thought his name, Videhe or bodiless, truly appropriate. People who thought that no one who saw Videhe, Videhe is also Binad, a body without a soul. Yeah, so, right? They all thought when they haven't met Dasarath yet, King Dasarath. But when they heard that he has collapsed, they thought that he is bodiless now, that he has died. And now, because it's motionless, the body is just still, it's not moving in no function. So they thought that Ayodhya's king has, right, left his mortal coil. So they are now body truly appropriate. For how could one who was bodiless out of his mind, beside himself for grief, who was already when he heard about this story about Lord Rama, about Kekei sending Lord Rama to the forest, he collapsed, right? Because his mind already went away from his body. It's just like when people go into coma,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he was like that, went into a coma, right? So they thought that time they didn't knew the meaning of coma. Right? So so they thought
Full stop.
that he swaha ho gaya na. So right? So like that, right? For grief. When the king when the king heard of Kekei's wickedness, he was as bewildered as a serpent without its head jewel. Now, what does it mean here? When the king heard of Kekei's wickedness, which king heard? King Janak, right? When the king heard of Kekei's wickedness, he was as bewildered as a serpent without its head jewel, right? Right? Jewel, serpent. A serpent, when they carry the Nagmani, the serpent, the main serpent carries the Nagmani. And most of the Western people, because Indian people, they know about it. Asian people, they know and they worship that, right? That Nag Devta, they worship the one with the Nagmani. It's called the Nagmani. But the Westerners want to grab that Nagmani. It's very, very, it's what you call, what can I say? Priceless, right? And once you get that, you become billionaire, more than a billionaire. It's that, right? So it says, so when anybody takes that jewel from that serpent really gets wild. It can do any kind of damage, right? To get that back, right? So it's like that. So Janak went like that, right? Prince Bharat, crowned king, and Ram banished to the woods. Prince Bharat, crowned king, and Ram banished to the woods. Now he's thinking, right? But we, just like it's written here, jewel, right? Without its head, jewel. Prince Bharat, crowned king, and Ram banished to the woods. It says that Bharat, it means here, it's just like Bharat is been already crowned as a king, right? And Rama, but that's why it's a tricky thing here to read and understand, right? But King Janak is thinking that Prince Bharat has been crowned as a king and Ram has been banished to the woods. The news caused deep agony to the heart of Mithala's lord. Mithala's lord is King Janak. The king inquired of his the king inquired of his wise men and ministers, tell me after careful deliberation what ought now to be done, because he thinks Bharat is already the king and Dasarath is dead and Lord Ram is collecting leaves in the forest, right? He's thinking that, right? But reflecting on the plight of Ayodhya and discomforted by the dilemma, should he go or should he stay? No one gave any answer. Now he's thinking, whatever has happened here, Lord Rama has gone away with Sita. Dasarath is dead, and Bharat is the king. So I should stay here or enter the king or go back home now? Because nothing is here for me now, right? That's what he is thinking right now, right? Then the king soothed and quieted himself. Because you know what? King Janak was a very intelligent king. Very intelligent. He was very intelligent king, right? Then the king soothed and quieted himself, and after calm reflection sent 4 clever spies to Ayodhya to find out whether Bharat meant well or ill, and to return at once without anyone recognizing them, right? So he's sending his, just like Israel sent his spies to. So, you know, so see, now he's sending, because he hasn't, and he is only at the main gate, but he hasn't entered Ayodhya yet. So he is sending his ministers to see if everything is well, whether Bharat is going to receive me in a spiritual way, in a holy way, or he's going to kick me out from here. So that's what he's thinking, right? So he's doing that now. The spies went to Ayodhya, and having ascertained Bharat's disposition and noticed his actions, they proceeded back to Trihut, Mithila, just as Bharat started for Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot is in India on that hill. Right? We've been there. We visited that. Right on that hill in Chitrakoot, on the top, the hut where this brother stayed is still there. There's thousands of years. We went there. Bahikal, yeah. Tulsida, right, where we've been there. But you have to go up right on the top. Yeah. Beautiful. Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot is a place. Is a place, a very nice place. It's still there, it's still there. But that hut is still there where Ram, Sita, and Lakshman stayed when they were on the exile. It's still there, right? दूतन ऐहि भरत की करानी जनक समझ सतमाति बरानी सुनी गुरुपुर जन सभी जामाही पाती बे सब सोच स्नेह बिकलाती धरी धरी रज करु भरत बराई ले सुबद सहनी बुलाई घरपुर देश रखी रगवारे गए गए रत बहुजन सम्हारे दुख हरि सदिश ले तत्काल कहे विश्रमुना माग महिपाल बोए हिम अजुना ही परायग चले जमुन उतरना सब लागा खबर लेना हम पताए ना था तिन कही अस मही नहीं माता सता करित चा सतक दीने मुनि बर तुरत बिचारे किने सुनत जना अग सब सहर अवध समाज रामा अवध समझ रघुपति दान ही सकुच बरा सोच भी बब सुर राज
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय.
Is everybody enjoying? Or, eh? Can't open it? On their arrival, the spies gave an account in Janak's court of Bharat's doings as best as they could. The Guru, sage Sadanand, the members of the royal family, the ministers, and the king were all profoundly moved with anxiety and affection at the report. They said that they could, the Guru, spies have an account in Janak's court, Bharat's doing as best as they could. The Guru sage Sadanand, the members of the royal family, the ministers, and the king were all profoundly moved with anxiety and affection at that report. Then, collecting himself and glorifying Bharat, the king summoned his chosen warriors and commanders and have stationed guards for the palace and city and realm, made ready his horses and elephants and chariots and many other conveyance. He's preparing for a war at that time, you know. He thinks that everybody is okay there and everybody is enjoying. And when they will see us, they will attack us. So he's preparing for a war. Right? At a propitious moment, which occurs once in every 48 minutes every day, at a propitious moment, which occurs once in every 48 minutes every day, he set out at once and halted nowhere on the road. But this morning at daybreak, bathed at Prayag and marched on, when the whole host began to cross the Yamuna. At this time, what he did was, every 48 minutes, there's a sigh in our body. There's a sigh in our body every 48 hours. Whether people go, huh? Minutes. 48 minutes going to be a week. So every day he set out at once and halted nowhere on. He went out from there. The way he was running on the chariot, He didn't halt anywhere. He didn't stop anywhere on the road. He didn't stop anywhere. Once in every 48 minutes every day, he set out at the once and halted nowhere on the road, right? But this morning, at daybreak, while he was going, he halted and bathed at Prayag. Where is Prayag? Allahabad, where Ganga Jamuna meet, right? So he went there, right? Prayag. We've been there and we went there, dived. Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati Mata comes from the bottom, right there. We bathed in there, and all the Mata, they rinsed our body and marched on. And from there he marched on. When the whole host began to cross the Yamuna, they were crossing the Yamuna now, yeah, to get away from there. Then Lord, then Lord, he sent us ahead for news. So saying, they bowed their heads to the ground. The great sage gave the messengers an escort of 6 or 7 kirtas and dismissed them at once. Said, okay, there's nothing to worry about. He got the message. Everything is okay, right? Kirtas are just like messengers, right? Kirtas, right? Remember this word. You better remember. Sometimes Baba uses this word. Kiratas. Kiratas. Kinatas ni kiratas. Kiratas. And dismissed them at once. All the people of Ayodhya rejoiced to hear of Janak's arrival. When he got that news, then he came back. Now he is trying to understand what the real story is, right? Because they had from Ayodhya they had sent that when they heard that Janak has returned, he sent the messengers, Bharat, from there, that everything is under control. It doesn't mean that I have taken over, right? So then after having that Prayag while he was bathing, and the his servants, they were crossing the Yamuna just to get on the other side and go. But so he got the message, and all the people of Ayodhya rejoiced to hear of Janak's arrival. But Ram was greatly disquieted, and Indra, the king of heaven, overwhelmed with anxiety. Why was he overwhelmed with anxiety? All the people of Ayodhya rejoiced of Janak's arrival because they knew Janak was a very decent, very helpful.
Was powerful. They thought
Very,
he could reverse
the whole thing. By looking at Janak, the son-in-law might change his decision, right? Because Janak is a very knowledgeable.
Yes.
All that in that time, all the kings, the queens, the ministers,
Yes.
they took his advice before taking a step in any situation. They always consulted him, right? So here was greatly, but Ram was greatly disquieted till then, when Bharat was asking all these things with Lord Rama until Janak has arrived back again here. Lord Ram is quieted. He didn't say a word. So quiet. Not even a word, right? Quieted. And Indra, the king of heaven, overwhelmed with anxiety. Why was king overwhelmed with anxiety? King Indra.
Because he knew there could be any consequence. Because Indra loved war and something,
Yeah.
so he thought
Yeah.
something will happen
Yeah.
now.
He thought that the war will happen. And another thing in his mind was that Dasarath and King Janak will fight,
Yes.
right? He wanted all this Indra. And then Indra wanted Lord Rama to go to the forest. So he knew very well when he goes to the forest, after 14 years, he won't be able to return. He wanted Lord Rama to be demolished from there so that Indra can take the place of Lord Vishnu. Right?
Oh, there was always that fight.
And,
Indra wanted to be supreme.
always Indra wanted that, right? So he is filled with anxiety. Okay, if this thing doesn't happen, then the other thing should happen, right? गरही गला निकुतिला के कही कही कहा के ही दस न देही आस मन अनिमुदित नर नारी भयो बहुरी रब दिनचारी एही प्रकार गत बसर सोहू प्रत नहन लग सबू कोहू करी मजन पूज मनर नारी गन गौरी तिरपुरी तमारी राम रमन पद बमदी बहुरी बिना वहीम अम जली अम चल जोरी राज रमू जन के ही रानी अनद बहद अभद्रज धानी सब बसा उर्फ सत समझ भरत ही रामु कहूँ सुबजारा ये ही सुख सुद सम सब काहू देव देहू जग जीवन लाहू बुरा समझ बहन सहित राम राजूपुर हो रामा राजूपुर हो अचत राम रज अवध मरिया मग सबु काहू को
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
The malevolent Keke was writhing with remorse. To whom should she speak out her mind, and on whom could she lay on the blame? Right? Keke is trying to get away what she has caused because the whole nation knows, but they didn't know what the reality is, what is being done. So now what she's trying to do, she's looking of some ways to put the blame on someone, right? That this she or he is the cause of Rama's going to exile, and this is the person is the cause of my husband's death, right? It's the same thing, just like when you steal the laddu and eat, and when the mother comes and says, "Where's the laddu?" Then you say, "No, that one ate it," right? So it's just like putting the blame on someone, right? It's like that. Man and woman rejoiced to think that their stay was ensured for a few more days. They were thinking that when king is here, Mithila, king from Mithila, Janak, right? So things would be reversible. And those visitors who has come from outside to attend this ceremony, the coronation, and we will be able to stay for few more days and enjoy this ceremony, right? So few more days. In this summer, the day passed. Early the next morning, all bathed, and after the ablutions, they all worshipped Ganesha, Gauri, Shiva's consort, Tirupurari, the slayer of the demon Tirupura, and the sun. So that was the main source of their prayer. Face all that people in this summer day, in this manner the day passed. Early the next morning, all bathed. And after the ablutions, they all worship Ganesha, Gauri, Shiva's console, Tirupurari, the slayer of the demon. Tirupura, you all know. Tirupurari, right? Lord Shiva, who killed the demon, Tirupurari, Tirupura, and the sun. So the sun is there. Surya Vansi is Ayodhya's main deity to pray to, right? So they all prayed there. Next, they reverenced the feet of Lakshmi's Lord and prayed. The men raising their joint palms, the women holding out the skirts of their robes after the way of beggars. With Ram, our king, and Sita, our queen, may Awadh is Ayodhya, the capital, be brimful of all bliss. That now Janak is here, they have prayed to all Devis and Devatas there, I mean to say Lord Shiva, and now they are praying to Mata Lakshmi, right? Because most of the people, most even Ayodhya, whole of Ayodhya doesn't know that they are Lord Vishnu and Mata Lakshmi. So they are looking at the sun and in the sun. Oh Lord Vishnu, oh Mata Lakshmi, please let this be reversible, right? So they are praying that way. With Rama, O king, they are praying the way you see the skirts of the woman holding out the skirts of their robes, right? They are holding the skirts of their robe and they are praying just like the way beggars pray for food, right? They are praying that way, begging, right? With Ram, so that Ram, our king, and Sita, our queen, may Ayodhya, the capital, be brimful of all bliss. That they always stay and take care, right? Is that right? Glori- Gloriously is restored with all its people, and may Ram install Bharat as heir apparent. Bathing all in the nectar of this bliss, let everyone, O Lord, reap the reward of his existence in this world. Right? You know, when the Lord Rama took this form, nobody in this world, in that yug, wanted Ram to leave this earth and go. He was so humble, so truthful, so helpful, and always took others sickness on himself, and he took care like that, right? So they didn't want it to, and that's why they are praying that Ayodhya will be always blissful, not in happiness. There's two meanings of this: not in happiness, but in a manner of bliss. Bliss is everlasting happiness. Happiness is only temporary; it comes and goes. But once if we have bliss, you have everlasting happiness. In what Sai Saricharatra says, when the Baba was tied upside down, he said, I was in a bliss, right? He said, I wasn't in happiness because happiness is temporary, right? So I was in bliss. Brieful of oh, glorious restored, and may Ram restore Bharat. May Ram rule over this city. May Ram rule over this city, assisted by his Guru, his counselors, and his brothers. And may we die in Ayodhya while Ram still lives as our king. They all wanted to die in front of Lord Rama, right? How blessed, right? So just like in that yug, they wanted to die in the presence of Lord Rama. Why? Because when they are dying and when Lord Rama would have blessed them, they would have been moksha, liberated. So in this yug, in Kali Yug, we could be liberated if we are just dying and we have Baba's name on the lips. So it goes that way, right? Right? It goes that way. Exist, O Lord, reap the reward of his existence in this world. Bharat and the apparent and nectar of this bliss. Let everyone, O Lord, reap the reward of his existence in this world. May Ram rule over the city, assisted by his Guru. Oh, we have read this. This was no. May Ram rule over the city. May Ram rule over the city, assisted by his Guru, his counselors, and his brothers. And may we die in Ayodhya while Ram still lives as our king. This was the universal prayer on each and everyone's tongue. Everyone there were praying that we may die in front of Lord Rama, right? Lord Rama.
5-7 more minutes till you 30.
Are everybody getting the story or just nodding?
No, no,
Mhm.
getting it. And enjoying
Most of the people, I see the eyes are dipping too at the same. Everybody okay? सुनि सन माए पुर जन बानी निमित मिन जोग बिरत मुनि गानी ये ही विधि नित्य कर्म करी पूर्जन राम ही करी प्राणा पुलतेना उमचानी च मदम नर नारी लाहिंदर सु निज निज नारोही सावधान सभी सामन नाही सकल सरत कृपानी धानी लरी कही ते रघुबर बानी पलत नित्य परित पहिचानी शील सकोच सिमदानु रघुराऊ सुमुकुशलोचन सरल सुभाऊ कहत राम गुण गण अनुरागे सब निभागा सरहन लागे हम सम पून पुजलग तोरे जिनहि राम जनत करी मोरे प्रेम मगनत ही सम सब सुनियब मी तुलसाऊ रामा सुनियब में तुलसाऊ सबित सबब सुमर अतुर विकाल कमल देन साऊ
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय
उमापति महादेव की जय राधे वर कृष्ण चंद्र की जय रामायण महारानी की जय तो भाई सब संतन की जय प्रेम से बोलो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान जी की जय दीनन के हितकारी जगत के पालनहार करुणा के भंडार दया के सागर की जय रामायण महारानी की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सतगुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय When they heard the citizens' loving prayer, when they heard the citizens' loving prayer, the enlightened sages talk disparagingly of their own asceticism and detachment. Having thus performed their daily devotions, the citizens made obeisance to Ram with a thrill of joy. Why they are being thrill of joy? Because they thought that Janak is here, and then now they are getting this kind of feeling that things will be okay because Janak is here, and nobody overrules Janak. Nobody overrules Janak, right? Even Dasrath, when he used to go to war, and anyone before even getting married, they used to take advice from Janak, right? Men and women of every class, high and low and middle rank, had a sight of him, each according to his or her disposition. Ram scrupulously honored them all, and all praised the treasure house of compassion. Ram, each according to his or her disposition, even though men and women of every class, high and low or middle class, had a sight of him. Sight of who? Janak. Janak. Had a sight of Janak. Each according to his or her disposition, whether they are low, high, bilenia, poor, beggar. Right? Ram, now Ram, in a manner, in such a manner, humbleness, and with great attitude, when he saw his subjects, the way they are doing all these things to all of them, he was so humbled that he praised each and every one in the same manner. He didn't look, he was dirty, he was healthy, he was poor, he was sick, he was leprosy, but in the same manner, unconditional way, he praised, blessed each and every one in that manner, right? Honor them all. And all praised the treasure house of compassion. And at the same time, they all praised Ram to being so humble. Looking at me at a dirty beggar, still he did the same praise as he did to the millennials, right? But here it's been different, right? Hey man, you millennia, you come first. From his very boyhood, it has been Ram's habit to observe the rules of propriety and cherish all in whom he recognizes love. In everyone, he didn't see their character, he didn't see their attitude, he didn't see their ways, but he only saw love in them. What does Baba says? No matter who is what, but you love all and save all. Right? So this is what it says. That's why his name is Maryada Purushottam. Right? Proprietor is all who recognize, and he recognizes love. Raghunath is a very ocean of amiability and modesty, gracious in both speech and look, of simple and sincere disposition. He never ever thinks that I am a king. My rank is high. Why should I look low? But he put others high and keeps himself at a low place. Right? He's like that, right? Thus, recounting the perfections of Ram, they all began rapturously to magnify their own good fortune. We are so blessed to be in this kingdom, right? They are thinking. We are thinking right here, sitting down, we are so blessed to be in Canada, right? They are thinking the same thing. Thus, recounting the performances of Ram, they all began rapturously to magnify their own good fortune, that we have done something, even though we are being born as a lame peasant here, but we are blessed to be in Ayodhya, to be born in Ram's Nagari, right? Fortune. Few are there in the world as meritorious as we, whom Ram recognizes as his own. He doesn't look at you or look at me. No, everybody is one, right? Everybody is one, right? Whom recognizes. When they heard that the king of Mithila was approaching, all were at that time absorbed in love. And the son of the lotuses of the solar race rose with the whole assembly in courteous haste to receive him. When they heard, when the people of Ayodhya heard that the king of Mithila, Janak, was approaching, all were at that time absorbed in love, because they know how humble, how lovable, and how adored he is. And the son of the lotuses of the solar race, now this year, and the son of the lotuses of the solar race rose with the whole assembly as courteous haste to receive him. Do we understand this? See, that's why it's very tricky the way it's written. We all got to understand this, right? So it says here, all were at that time absorbed in love. Everybody felt love for Raja Janak, right? Everybody, right? Because why? They all knew that Lord Ram loved his father-in-law more than himself. And he had the same position given to Raja Janak as he has given to his parents, right? There was no difference that this is my real father, this is my father, and this is my father. There was no word in between two fathers as in-law, only as father, right? So here it says, in love, and the son of the lotuses of the solar race. Who is the solar race here? Survanshi is Raghuvanshi, the Ayodhya. Their deity is Surya Bhagwan. So here it says, and the son of the lotuses of the solar race rose with the whole assembly in courteous haste to receive him. It came out in a full bloom, right? With bright shining of the sun that you cannot look at it. He came to welcome Raja Janak, right? It's just like when people come in our home, we are so humble, right? So, is that kind of love which the Lord Narayana, the Lord Son, came out and welcomed Raja Janak, right? So this is, I hope everybody liked what we have read today. Everybody understood. Everybody got a little bit of knowledge from Ramayana, right? If I made any mistakes in reading, my interpreter, my good listener, please forgive me if I made any mistakes. You see, for this chopai here, now I'm going to explain to you one thing. One thing. This chopai and the doha. Chopai is what we sing in this, right? And the doha, the last part when we say Siya Ramchandra ki jai. Now, when we read this, it's very easy. Very easy to read. So you can, I mean to say that chopai and the doha. It's easy to read, very easy. Ram, Darsu, Lalas, Uchahu. It's very easy. But when you bring this into the rhythmatic way, you have to break the words a little bit. Otherwise, the tune and everything will be out. Even when you see the professionals, even Acharya used to do that, and he's the one who taught me. At that time, you got to break that word. Otherwise, who is playing the instruments will all be a khichdi. All be out of way. It's like a stale achar. So nobody will enjoy. So, that's why we got to break the word a little bit. Now it says here, just like it says here, lalasa. In English, they have put word the letter A here, but it's in Hindi, it's lalas. See? So we got to be very careful in this. Otherwise, this dholakia will give me one bang from the what's it? So, so this is the way you got to break the words in this, right? But while reading, you can go because there's no rhythmatic in that, right? Do you understand now? Right? So that's the way it goes. So now, please, we will do the arti. Right? No, this is the end now. Sing bhajan. I'm sorry, my dear brothers and sisters and beautiful kids. In between, we were supposed to sing bhajan, but we got so overwhelmed in reading, right? Anyway, सही था देवाजी.
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता भवानी जय जगदम्बे दुर्गा माता जय जय अम्बे ओ
माता भवानी जय जगदम्बे दुर्गा माता जय जय अम्बे
माता भवानी जय जगदम्बे दुर्गा माता जय जय अम्बे
माता भवानी जय जगदम्बे दुर्गा माता जय जय अम्बे
जय जय अम्बे जय जय अम्बे जय जगदम्बे
जय जय अम्बे जय जय अम्बे जय जगदम्बे
जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय जय अम्बे
जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय जय अम्बे
तेरे चरणों में शीश नमाओ
तेरे चरणों में शीश नमाओ
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती तेरी उतारो
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती तेरी उतारो
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती तेरी उतारो
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
माता भवानी जय जगदम्बे दुर्गा माता जय जय अम्बे ओ
माता भवानी जय जगदम्बे दुर्गा माता जय जय अम्बे
जय जय अम्बे जय जय अम्बे जय जगदम्बे
जय जय अम्बे जय जय अम्बे जय जगदम्बे
जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय जय अम्बे
जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय जय अम्बे
तेरे चरणों में शीश नमाओ
तेरे चरणों में शेष नमाओ
मैं आरती तेरी उतारूं
मैं आरती आरती तेरी उतारो
मैया आरती तेरी उतारो
मैं आरती तेरी उतारो
माता जगदम्बे
माता जगदम्बे
जय जय 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 माता जगदम्बे
ओ जय जय माता जगदम्बे
हो जय जय माता जगदम्बे
ओ जय जय माता जगदम्बे
हो जय जय माता जगदम्बे
मैं आरती तेरी उतारो
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 मैं आरती तेरी उतारो माता जगदम्बे
सीताराम 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 कहिए ताही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे नाम चाहे विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए ताही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे नाम चाहे विधि रहिए
मुख में हो राम नाम राम सेवा हाथ में
मुख में है
राम नाम राम सेवा हाथ में मुख में है राम नाम राम सेवा हाथ में
मुख में है राम नाम राम सेवा रात में
तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ में
तू अकेला नहीं सारे काम तेरे साथ है
तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ में
तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ है
विधि के विधान जान हानि लाभ सहिए जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए
किया अभिमान तो फिर मान कहाँ पाएगा
किया अभिमान तो अभिमान कह पाएगा
किया अभिमान तो फिर पान कहाँ पाएगा
किया अभिमान तो अभिमान कह पाएगा
होगा प्यारे वही जो श्री राम जी को भाएगा
होगा प्यारे वही जो ही राम को पाएगा
होगा प्यारे वही जो श्री राम जी को भाएगा
होगा प्यारे वही जो श्री राम जी को पाएगा
फल आशा त्याग शुभ काम करते रहिए जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए
जिंदगी के डोर सोप हाथ दीनानाथ के
जिंदगी के दौर में
जिंदगी के डोर सोप हाथ साईनाथ के
जिंदगी के दौर को साथ साई हाथ के
महलों में राखे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे
महलों में जाके चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे
महलों में राखे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे
महलों में रखे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे
धन्यवाद नीरावाद राम राम कहिए जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि रखे राम चाहे विधि रहिए
सीता सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए।
सीताराम 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 चाहिए, चाहे विधि रखे राम ताहे विधि रहिए।
आशा एक राम जी से दूजा आशा छोड़ दे,
आशा एक नाम दूजा आशा छोड़ दे,
आशा एक बाबा जी से दूसरा आशा छोड़ दे,
आशा एक नाम दूजा आशा छोड़ दे,
नाता एक बाबा जी से दूजा नाता तोड़ दे,
नाता एक बाबा जी से दूजा नाता जोड़िए,
नाता एक साईं जी से दूजा नाता तोड़ दे,
नाता एक साईं जी से दूजा नाता जोड़ दे।
साधु संग राम रंग अंग अंग रहिए, जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए।
सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम कहिए, चाहे विधि रखे राम ताहे विधि रहिए।
सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए।
सीताराम
सीताराम सीताराम चाहिए, चाहे विधि रखे राम ताहे विधि रहिए।
सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए।
सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम कहिए, चाहे विधि रखे राम ताहे विधि रहिए।
सीताराम 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 कहिए, ताही विधि रखे राम ताही विधि रहिए।
सीताराम 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 कहिए, चाहे विधि रखे राम ताहे विधि रहिए।
बोल प्रेम से सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
नारायण जो पुरुषोत्तम गुरु तो, सिद्ध भरत स्कंद विनायक सविता पार्वक तो, सविता पार्वक तो, ब्रह्म मदतो याव शक्ति तो, विशु पिता प्रभु तो, रुद्र विष्णु तो, राम कृष्ण तो, रही मताओ तो, रही मताओ तो, वासुदेव गव विश्वरूप तो, चिदानंद हरि तो, अद्वितीय तो, अकाल निर्भय आत्मलिंग शिव तो, साई आत्मलिंग शिव तो, बाबा आत्मलिंग शिव तो। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम,
श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम
जय साई राम।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे।
भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो जावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का, स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। माता पिता तुम मेरे, शरण कहूँ न किसके, स्वामी शरण कहूँ न किसके।
तुम बिना
और न दूजा, तुम बिना और न दूजा, आस करो न जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी, स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता, स्वामी तुम पालन करता। मैं मूरत कलकामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। किस विध मिलो दया में, किस विध मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता, ठाकुर तुम मेरे, स्वामी रक्षक तुम मेरे। अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपने शरण लगाओ, द्वार परा तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। तन मन धन सब है तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा, बाबा सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। जय जगदीश्वर हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश्वर हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, हमें दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे, स्वामी सत्य साई हरे। भक्त जनों समरक्षक, भक्त जनों समरक्षक, परति महेश्वरा। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते, स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते। आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आपत बांधवा। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। माता पिता गुरुदेव मर्यांतयो नीवे, स्वामी मर्यांतयो नीवे। नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ, नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ, नागेंद्र शयन। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। ओंकार रूपाओ जय शिव साई महादेवा, सत्य साई महादेवा। मंगलारती अंधको, मंगलारती अंधको, मंगल गिरधारी। ओम जय जगदीश्वर हरे। Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Asato ma
Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Karacharana kritam va kayajam karmajam va shravananayajam va manasam va paradam vihitam vitam va sarvametat shamasva Jai Jai Karunabde Shri Sai Mahadeva Shambho Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba Ji Ki Jai Bhagavan Prema Sai Baba Ji Ki Jai Om Shanti 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 Shanti
Antarikshagvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Lapa Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Viswadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Deva Shanti Shama Shanti Redi Om Shanti 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 Pavitram Bhava Vibhutim Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhutim Paramata Ishtata Moksha Pradhanam Bhava Vibhutim Idamastayami Sai Baba Vibhutim Idamastayami Sacred miraculous Baba's creation flowing from his blessed hands, holy creation, granting us the greatest of God's divine protection. Beloved Baba, grant us liberation. Beloved Baba, grant us liberation. Paramam Pavitram Bhava Vibhutim Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhutim Paramata Ishtata Moksha Pradhanam Baba Vibhuti Midamastayami Sai Baba Vibhuti Midamastayami Sacred as miraculous Baba's creation flowing from his blessed hands holy creation granting us
the greatest
be-
wealth,
God's divine protection. Beloved Baba, grant us liberation. Beloved Baba, grant us liberation. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Saira, dear brothers and sisters, all the children, beautiful faces in beautiful clothes. Starting of the Ram Navami, the first day of the Navratri. Everybody is so well, energized. I'm just saying this because we have another 8 more days to go. So please be like this. Have faith, and then Baba will guide us. They say once you have faith, the Lord is there. So please hope everything went well. Everybody liked today's program. Keep on going and see. Baba will take us, of course, and let us reach to our destination. Just be careful within these 9 days. Absolutely free, so you come. I mean, the food is absolutely free. So
Please do come, please do join us,
Yes.
support us, because without you, it's reading Ramayana, so somebody has to listen too, right? So make effort and do come. And every day we make a family to come and sit and listen to the Ramayana. So whoever wants to stay, let me know. Use the mic to speak. Press and use the mic to speak. And then they will hear.
Dear brothers and sisters, hopefully everybody can listen to me. So, okay.
And who lies
Yeah, we are on, as you can see, right? My heartily regards, humbleness to each and everyone who have joined in. May Lord Rama, in the form of our Sainath Maharaji, bless you all, take care of you all, and please, we'll be very grateful in advance if you could join us during this Navratam and give us the opportunity to save you and to always be great help to you all. Thank you once again for joining, and may Lord Rama in the form of Baba bless you, give you knowledge, wisdom, peace, prosperity, and always keep us at his lotus feet. Sai Ram to each and everyone.
Tomorrow we will be doing again at 7 o'clock, same time, 7 to 8:30. 8:30 to 9 we'll have Aarti and everything. And after that, Prashad. Thank you.
And I'll be very grateful. I'll try my level best to do whatever I can, the way of reading and explaining. And I think my Guruji is here. He's going to take over once in a while. And then he will explain and he will let you know how we are going about. Because he is a professional reader too, right? So, Baba bless him. Take care of him. Any questions, please? Hmm?
We are all very thankful to Bhaiya Bhabi for always organizing. How many times we've been in Navratri and people, we were never congregating like this and reading. Now, when we started reading Ramayan, we all get together and we get to know Ramayan. And the biggest problem in the Hindu text is people don't ever spend the time to read it in detail. So we all think we know it, but we never really try to read it and learn it. So previously, some time back, we read Bhagavad Gita, one chapter in detail, how much we learned. And now when we're reading Ramayana, thanks to Guruji, we learned so much. So Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Thank you, thank you. We are all one. We are all brothers and sisters. We are in the same level. What I speak, what I preach, I learn from others. And that's what I pass it on. So we are all one. We are at the same level, and we are walking towards the same direction. Sai Ram.